Hmm.
now obviously we're going to 21's coming up, but did you started thinking like, yo, maybe I should go for Legend? When did that start coming to your head? Was it 2K20 with Running with Flow or?
Yeah, so it was definitely post pandemic. It was towards the middle to the end of 2K20,
Mm-hmm.
and I started, gaining my community just off the simple fact that I was running with Flow every day, and the stage community, like I said, I feel like stage is one of like the keys to success almost, especially old stage, like OG stage was definitely
Yeah.
one of the keys to success because like that's even when stage just started blowing up and everybody was running in stage. So
Mm-hmm.
um at the end of it all, I started first off taking streaming more serious,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like seeing Flow hit Legend inspired me to be like, maybe I should hit Legend. Maybe I should start grinding this game, and then my love for 2K on top of all that was like the cherry on top. So
Yeah.
it definitely was like by the end of 2K20, I was like, I'm grinding for Legend in 21. Like I don't care who's there, what happens. This is it. Like this is what I want to
Yeah.
do, and I had my mind made up when 21 drops. Like this is what I'm doing from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. So then it's basically safe to say then that Flow played a real integral part of
Hmm.
your streaming and 2K, you know, rise up.
Yeah, he definitely did. If it wasn't for him, it probably would have took me a little longer to be
Yeah.
more competitive and better, and take
Mm.
things more serious. And he
Yeah.
definitely was like one of my biggest inspirations, and just and being like in the Discord even with all the guys including you and
Yeah.
Lamonsta, like just seeing everybody grind, and I was just like I could do it too,
Yep.
and it
Yep.
definitely inspired me to like go get my goals and my dreams and all that.
Yeah. So now you
Yeah.
go into 21 and you're like, yo, I am going for Legend. Let's talk about the preparation of that. What did you do beforehand? Before the game came out, who'd you talk to? What was it, the team around you to make this happen?
So, of course, my parents come first. um,
Uh-huh.
they are like one of the centerpieces to my grind and my
Mm-hmm.
motivation. Um, and just like anything else, they supported me on my 2K grind, just like they did on my YouTube grind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking making sure I get my rest, making sure I'm hydrated, I'm eating, they bringing me food, all that. Like it was like a serious thing. Like I was on the grind. And then of course I had Flow coming into 2K21
Yep.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I had my community, my chat. My chat was so invested in the grind. Like it's crazy, and this is actually where I started blowing up myself on Twitch and through
Mm-hmm.
2K and all that. So my community was backing me. I had Flow, I had my parents, and most importantly, I had 2K. That's
There you
where I
go.
was living. I was living on
Yeah.
2K. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you're going into 21. Was your expectation to be like the first Legend? Was it at that time, were you thinking first female Legend? Because there's never been a female Legend before,
Hmm.
right? So did you know that
Yeah.
there was no female Legend before?
I don't think I know. I didn't know that. I definitely didn't know that. I was definitely going for first female legend though. That
Okay.
was my goal, was to be the first female legend.
Female
Um,
Legend. Because
whatever,
since
yeah, whatever I
2K15,
had to
yeah,
do, I was racing to the finish line for sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because since 2K15, they started having the Legend, there's never been a
Hmm.
female that we publicly know of. Now they might be
Right.
one that, but publicly known, which I probably was like, let's be honest. Now there was a female Legend beforehand, people would have known, right?
Yeah, they
So
had to have known. Like,
yeah, they would have
yeah.
known. Like, I mean, because someone would be like, because he's like, yo, first female Legend in 21, they'd be like, nah, I'm actually in 2K17, but there was never that. It was like you were the first
Yeah.
female Legend. So you're starting off.
Hmm.
You already know the blueprint. You've seen what Flo did in 20, so you already know what it takes. right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you're going for legend 22K21. Um how how far along into that grind did you start thinking like, yo, like I'm about to make history in this? Did anybody start telling you? Because remember, leading up to it, you were like, "Yo, first female legends come da da." So someone had to tell you, or maybe something rung your bell to be like, "Wait a minute, I'm about to make history here."
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was so focused on myself and my grind during 2K21 because I just wanted to make sure that, I seen what Flo went through and I seen the grind that he had in him in 2K20. So I definitely was not sleeping on what I had to do to hit my goals. Um, so honestly, I was just focus on the grind, and it takes a lot to go from rookie to legend. Like it's not
Yeah,
it's not just a quick overnight thing. So
and and that was the hardest. 2K21 is by far the
yes.
hardest, longest legend grind
Mm,
ever. There has never been, like,
yes.
if anybody's know anything, 21 was crazy hard. Not only was it hard to shoot, remember back then we had to make stretches that were pure green stretches because
Yes.
the red green was not working. Like you had
Hmm.
to, it was a very difficult game and it was so hard to get the legend. And
Yeah.
were you like, dang, like this is the, why does this one have to be the one I'm going for legend? Why it gotta be the hardest, longest grind?
Listen, I was taking chair naps. I was sleeping in my chair. I wasn't even getting in my bed to sleep. I would fall asleep with my controller in my hand, like literally. And then
Yeah,
on top of that, this was my first year running PG. I had to literally
yeah.
switch from spot up and big to running point guard, which I never did before.
Hmm.
So I feel like 2K21 was like my year of first. Like I did a lot of things for the first time. So
Yeah.
um once I realized, man, I might have to make a point guard for my rep to go faster. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then I was really getting deep down into the grind, and I started hitting the superstar bars, the elite bars, and I was like, I have to make a point guard because this is not going fast enough. Like something is wrong.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
So yeah, I had to learn how to play point guard, which of course Flo helped me during that
hmm,
because that's all he ran was guard. So
yep.
I just would remember from experience running with him, watching him play guard, him teaching me certain things, and then of course just actually putting myself in a point guard environment and
Yeah.
learning from experience. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
So then the moment finally comes. You are
Mhm.
I remember that day because I came in, everybody was around the court, surrounding the court. Who was the two people that you ran with to hit legend?
It was it wait, it was okay, Flo for one.
Uh-huh.
And then why don't I remember the other person?
I can't
Because I know
remember.
you were in the
I
Discord. I'm trying to remember the
I was
court.
in the Discord with you. I was in
Everybody
Discord
was in
with
the
you,
Discord. Everybody. So I think
but
it was La Monster
I think it
or
was a monster
Duffy.
too. Nah, I think it was a monster.
Was Duffy in the Discord?
Duffy Duffy was in the Discord. I think it was Lamonster.
I think it was,
That's
yes, it
why
was
I
La
didn't want to
Monster and
say it out
Flo.
right. I think it was Lamonster and Flo because I think for my legend it was the same way too. It was Lamonster and Flo. Um,
Yeah. But
but you had
everybody
Lamonster,
was in the Discord. Like the whole
the whole
everybody.
all the TSL. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Everybody was in the Discord.
Everybody was in. Their mom was in it. Even other creators was in there. Cause I remember Duke was in there. Duke Dennis was in there.
Hmm.
Davo, Chimama,
Hmm.
and the reason why I remember this vividly because there's certain things etched in your head of certain moments when you're like, "Yo, I was here for this," because this is about to be the
Hmm.
first female. This game's been out for 18 years,
Yeah.
and this is about to be the first female to ever hit legend, hit the highest
Yeah.
level possible on a game, and the servers for that court
Mhm.
was crashing. I had to keep on trying to join. It took me like 6-7 times to join. I was like,
Yeah.
don't step on the court yet. I'm not there. Right? Wait a minute. We're all trying to get in
Yeah.
there, to
Yeah.
load up on it, whatever. And of course, you know how it goes. So you're playing your legend game. You don't want to lose. Do you remember how that game went?
I was so stressed, but so relieved at the same time. It's so weird. Like, the minute you win the legend game, the weight that comes off your shoulders, oh my goodness. And then you got the chat. This is the most amount of viewers I've ever had in my stream. It got to 4,000. I peaked at 4,000 viewers for my first female legend stream. So I had that going on. And then, of course, my dad was right by my side. I was talking to dad. I was talking to dad in the Discord. I had y'all in my ear. And then I had everybody around the court. The whole park was there for this moment. Like, everybody was on the sidelines. And y'all know how the 2K parks get, the OG 2K parks get. It was crazy.
Them servers was fried, man. They can't hold all that work. And then you caught, but then this is when you caught the eye of 2K, right? This is when 2K, did you talk to anybody from 2K leading up to this moment? You still haven't heard anything from 2K yet, right?
So, no, I didn't hear nothing from 2K, but of course, me and my community tried to catch Ronnie's attention. We were trying for the logo. I was trying to get a logo since 1920. So
of course, yeah.
21, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this logo. I was like, one way or another, we're gonna catch his attention.
Yeah.
So, when I hit legend, of course, I started crying. I was like extremely emotional because
your dad was right there.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, my dad was right there.
I thought it was a really good moment.
Yeah, and then Ronnie had came into my chat in the legend.
There you go.
And he was like, I'm gonna see you on Friday, because Friday was the logo show. So literally 2 days after I had legend, Ronnie told me he was gonna see me on that day. And that's how it all happened. So we caught his attention.
Isn't that crazy? So you hit legend, and then 2 days later you get your logo.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
And everybody, including you, was in the Discord. You were there that day when I got my logo for the first time. I cried again for the second time.
Yeah.